Hey guys, welcome back. Drip and Farm for Poverty. I'm your host, Drip Coach, dropping knowledge bombs on all drip ecosystem related projects. And today's video, I want to discuss kind of the sentiment. So I've covered this before in multiple different videos, but I've been popping in and out of the chats and kind of just hang out as a fly on the wall just to see what people say. And I know that I'm on one side as it relates to FUD. You know, I personally don't believe that there is a such thing as FUD in regards to it being something that will automatically cause the price to go down. I believe it's healthy. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt is healthy. It's healthy skepticism, healthy criticism. And then there's another side that's a complete extreme opposite where you don't discuss it at all. But I wanted to find like what one group of people that we have never really looked at to see how people view the performance of the drip ecosystem and Forex as the CEO, for lack of better word, behind all of this. And that is the REAP DAO. So I'm personally not in the DAO, but we can look at the data to find out kind of what that sentiment is, because those to me would be the most telltale signs regarding sentiment. Because remember, the REAP DAO is a private group that basically just gets access to Forex. So one, they get, I think, weekly Q&As that they get to address. He posts some of his trades in the chat. And then there's, of course, access to the other people in there. So that's access to capital in regards to kind of a collective, I wouldn't call it mentorship, but mastermind. That's a better way to describe it. And there are definitely paid groups in other areas of business that you can get access to, that you have these collective energies to bounce ideas off of. And also that's where he does the private raises for the other projects. So I think BREAP was a raise in there. Drip was a raise. I forgot what else. Scratchy's supposed to come from there. The new mini DAO was coming from there, all this stuff, right? So it has its perks, but by far, really the perk of it is to just get access to Forex and the group of people in there. So what I decided to do is kind of look at the charts and let's kind of dictate or see what that tells us in regards to how people are viewing this. So you may not even really be familiar with REAP, but it launched around December 10th, 2020. So you can, there's a cool Medium article that was on the 23rd where he's talking about REAP, but you can also come over to the blockchain and you can look at the REAP token and see that the liquidity was added 914 days ago. And then you can go back and look, 914, 13 days from now is December 10th. So not very hard to do blockchain analysis to see what's been going on. But what I really want to show is, let's take a look at recently, right? So when we zoom out, yeah, we'll go here. So this, let's draw a trend line in here, because this is kind of like the level that we're at right now. It's got like the $30 level or so, a little higher. Uh-oh, that's not what I wanted. Where is my actual trend line? The straight horizontal line. That's the one I want. We're just gonna pop you right down here, 28. So reason I put that there is because you see that we weren't, for REAP, I'm not in it, but you weren't below that level until way back here, beginning of January, so a year and a half ago. And it launched just over a year before that. So December 10th, 2020, oh, so I'm sorry, 2 years. December 10th, 2020, and then you get all the way to January 2022, right? Now, here's what I'm getting at. Like, these are the people that have access to Forex and they paid a decent amount of money, especially back here in January. So they all paid more for REAP, unless it was the exact same amount of holders. I'm not going to go into blockchain and find out how many people were in here and how many joined. But clearly, when you look at the charts and see a lot of positive price action, this was drip all-time highs. So people were clearly taking drip profits and buying into the DAO because there's no other logical explanation of why it would have shot up like that. So people were buying REAP at $200, and then naturally the people that were in were taking profits. But we bounced around there until April, and then I think that's when we had the delays. And we come all the way to August. That's when we were bouncing around the $50 level for drip. So it's still at 150 bucks. And then of course now it started to sell off. But what am I getting at? Well, when you come back here, you can find out literally on the blockchain. So this is the very first transaction, the Reap Deployer wallet right here. They took 93,100 Reap tokens and added liquidity to it. Well, when you come and look at the liquidity that was added, it was $8,776 and it cost $580 in gas. Let's do some on-screen math to show you what that launched at, because that is extremely important. So I'm even going to add the gas in here, even though that's not part of the equation, plus 580 divided by 93,100. It was 10 cents. Reap launched at 10 cents. The liquidity was added at 10 cents. That is crazy, crazy X gains, like even for now. So to launch at 10 cents in a decentralized way, and how Forex just went and told people that he already launched a token, then it went back down to like $1, $2, $3, whatever, and traded down here. But it shot all the way up to 200 bucks. It launched at 10 cents and it's still holding at 30. That's why I drew that trend line. So since January of 2022, so right before the drip all-time high, it shot above 30 bucks and it's been holding that for a year and a half. Here we are at June. So my question is, what is the real sentiment of the people that are the closest to Forex? Well, to me, the sentiment for them is they're supportive. They're bullish. Now, I've heard from other people in the DAO, they do give Forex some feedback regarding timelines and execution and things of that nature, but they're obviously not going anywhere. They're still there in the DAO. And we can look at how many holders are actually here. When you come to 759 individual holders. Of that 759, this amount here, 169 of them have enough to be in the Reap DAO. So there's 169 people in the Reap DAO ecosystem that are close to Forex. Now let's run those numbers. So you got 169 times 300, because they each got to have at least 300. We know some have more than that. And times the $35 it's currently sitting at. It's $1.7 million of liquidity just sitting in a group with arguably no other utility besides the group access. Now that in and of itself, don't get me wrong, I'm not downplaying it, that is access. You pay millions to get to Tony Robbins' mastermind. And I forgot some of the other people that have one out there as well. So I get it. When you want to be on another level, you surround yourself with people on that higher level and you bounce ideas off of them. If you're the smartest person in the room, they say find another room. So this is worth it. So clearly this many people are willing to hold the token just for that access alone. So if they haven't left and they only have the access of the group, then that means they must, to some degree, either subscribe to Forex's vision or at least the collective vision of the group. Maybe they've fragmented and created their own, I don't know, but they're all still there. And clearly Forex bounces ideas off of them, gives them access to new testing and stuff like that. When you develop something, they get the first dibs to purchase, all that. So that tells me that the sentiment for the ecosystem as a whole in regards to Forex's ability to execute and lead is bullish in that regard. And like I mentioned in one of my other videos, if you've made money with a dev, that dev can do no wrong. If you lost money, then they're the spawn of Satan. So it's polarized one way or the other. So maybe people on the outside looking in that got into drip around here, yeah, they've seen nothing but negative price action. So they're like, what the hell is going on? But other people that were behind the curtain, they're like, I know what's going on. I'm chilling. I'm not worried about it. I'm just gonna sit here and wait. And clearly they're sitting on, like, you know, a couple grand themselves to be able to sit there and hold that. Like, what is that? 35 times 300. So yeah, it's going to cost you 10 grand just to sit there. So that's every month you're holding that 10 grand. Now we all know the name of the game in crypto is passive income. So ask yourself that question. You have $10,000 of liquidity right now, $36.58, 59 cents. So you have $10,000 of liquidity. How much could you get in passive income monthly from somewhere else, even in a stable coin or whatever? So they are throwing that away essentially for what? Well, clearly for access to the group, because they can sell it. It's a decentralized token. There's 1% tax in and out, so they're not going to take a huge hit but they're clearly holding it because they feel the value of being in the group is worth more than that $10,500 being put somewhere else. So I don't know how else to explain it, but that's just, in my opinion, insightful at a minimum, because it shows you what the people closest and what you would call the whales in the ecosystem are doing. I can't say they're all whales. Maybe somebody only had 10 grand and that's all they got and they put that in there and they're just sitting there. But, you know, 10 grand to drop on a token that does nothing besides offer group access, for a lot of people, that would be considered expensive. So I just wanted to bring that up because I don't think it's ever been expressed in any of the drip channels or videos that I follow, and even the stuff that I've created. Never really looked at the group itself and the actions of that group. So a token that launched at 10 cents and that is still up, what, 100x would be 10 bucks. I don't even feel like doing the math on screen, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Up from 10 cents and bouncing around above $30 for over a year and a half says quite a bit about the people in that group and their belief within the leader of that group. That's all I can say. That's the data. Just like I was putting out information about Brian Legend, this is the data, this is the facts. You don't have to like it, you don't have to get on board with it, but you can't deny it because it's on the blockchain. You can look it up and run the numbers yourself. So very, very telling in my opinion. So that's all I got to say. If that provides value, you know the drill. Smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See you.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.